Hello, everyone. So I have an extra training for you guys today. This doesn't really go along with the themes that we've been doing this week on accountability, but I have a guest trainer here, Sharon. I met her at our Tuesday networking event that I run, and she works with people that are speakers or do sales or presentations on like how to use their voice, and she's a vocal coach. So she's going to give you guys some tips. She's going to tell you about a free 5-day challenge that she has. Obviously, I need her and invite you all to that. So I'm going to give you over to her, and I will see you all later.
All righty. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. And again, I'm Sharon Marrell. I'm a voice coach, and I help a lot of speakers, a lot of presenters, and salespeople that are interested in taking their voice and actually challenging themselves to really begin to take and refresh things and make it so that you are more emotionally connected to people. And in this day and age, don't we want to be more emotionally connected? So often when we're talking to people, really we only have about 8 seconds to actually connect with people. And so I'm working with people so that they can take and do subtle changes to their voice and make it so that when you're connected, you're going to be heard. You're going to be taken more seriously. You're certainly going to be more confident as you do talk with people. And they're going to perceive you as being more confident too. And then in the end, what's really great is the fact that they're going to want what you have to offer. So when we're doing this, we can take and first we have to find out what type of voice do we have. And if you're here, I want you to actually tell me, what is it that comes up when you are speaking to people? Do people sometimes say, oh, my voice, it's too soft, people can't hear me, or I'm too loud, or they don't understand me sometimes? Or how about when you are talking, and if you talk for a long time, do you ever lose your voice? There's so many different things. Or how about, have people told you that you just sound kind of monotone? You just have this straight tone and you don't very much with it. And sometimes you might go up a note and back down, but really there's not much difference, because inside of that, we could kind of sound a little bit boring. People don't want to listen to that. And for yourself, you are then not sounding as happy as you could. So I'm going to give you a few things that are going to help you develop this. And so what I want to do is work with our 5 vocal power drivers. And I see, yes, Charli, people also get told that they talk too fast, for sure. And so we've got to learn how to pace ourselves, which is one of our 5 vocal power drivers. So the 5 vocal power drivers are melody, pace, pitch, tone, and volume. And so I want to go over those. And we're going to have then a map for you at the end where you can take and use these and develop your sound from a baseline, and then move that into 4 weeks later. I want you to re-listen to yourself and see if there's a difference. So here's how it's going to work. You're first going to just record yourself reading a simple paragraph. You can read it out of a book, or you can talk about an event that has happened to you. And I want you to record it just in your normal voice. Don't try to change anything at all, because we really want to hear, what is it? What is your voice like right now? So now what we're going to do, you've got that baseline. So we're now going to take, first, let's talk about melody. Now, melody consists of taking your voice, and we're going to use ascending and descending sounds. We're going to go up and down, and it's not going to be a roller coaster of up and down, up and down, up and down. So we don't want to do that, because then that's going to sound pretty weird. So we don't want to do that, but we want to occasionally, we go up a little bit higher and then we come back down. And as we do that, combining it with different other items I was talking about, such as pace and volume, you're going to develop a sound where you're going to sound happier. Now, if you're not sure that you have, or if you do know that you don't have any melody or not much in your voice, we can take an exercise and we can use the song Happy Birthday. Everybody knows Happy Birthday. Easy one to do. Even if you sing it off key, I don't care. This isn't about whether you can sing or not, it has nothing to do with that. You're going to take the song Happy Birthday, the tune, and I just want you to say anything to it, like a trip to the grocery store, an event that you did outdoors, and just make it up. So if I do that and I say something like, I went to the grocery store today and I picked up some bananas, and when I got home, they were all rotten. So right there, I extended my range a bit. I went up to about 8 different notes. Because when you think about this, you know, a piano has like 88 keys. And did you know that our voices could expand to almost 40 different notes on the piano? That's the range that's possible. Now, that would take a lot of development to do that. But in this case, when we look at the population in the world, about 85% of people are actually monotone sounding. They might have 2 to 3 or 4 different notes, but that's it, mainly monotone. So now that we've taken Happy Birthday and you've gotten a few more notes, even up to about 8 different notes, there we have a beginning. Now you can start to really expand on that and create more melody. So now we can go up a little bit higher and we can come down a little bit. And now we've got the basis to work with. Now, after melody, we've got pitch. Now, pitch are the separate notes I was talking about. And people ask, well, are melody and pitch the same? Well, pitch is part of melody. You have the separate notes that you would, like I would pick out on a piano, let's say. Those are each different pitches. When I put them together, now I've got a basis for melody. So I put a bunch of those notes together, you've got melody. And when we move it around, now we've really got a strong melody to take us that ascending and descending and moving around. So that's our melody and pitch. Now we've got pace. Pace is going to be how fast or how slow you're going to go. And a lot of this can be based on what emotion are you trying to express. If you have the emotion of being happy, then my melody is going to be going up and down, and I might get a little bit faster with how I'm speaking because I'm excited. So that's where a pace can get faster. Now, if I'm being grateful about something and really appreciating, say, the fact that you're here today, now I've slowed down a little bit. I've also elongated some of my ends of my syllables, end of my words. So that's another thing. We want to take, if we slow down, we can sometimes lengthen the words. If we're happy and we speed up, we might shorten some of the words. So how many of you feel that you could add more melody and add more different pacing inside of your speaking? Let me know in the chat. Let me hear what you have to say about that. Comment on that. Now, when we are dealing with melody, we got our pitch, and pace. There is also volume. And again, so now we've got loud or soft. There are moments that we do want to speak a bit louder. And especially if we are, again, if we're happy, we're going to get a little bit louder because we're excited. If we're showing some passion, some gratitude, then we might bring the volume down a little bit. And then once we have the volume, and again, with different emotions, which I'm going to share a few different emotions and how we work with the various vocal power drivers inside of there, how they work together, then we've got this combination that we can use in various situations. All right, now, the last one I want to talk about is your tone. Tone is about really the quality of your voice, whether you have an airy voice or an edgy voice. So in the extreme, we can think of Marilyn Monroe. She had the very airy voice. So when we've got more of like of a whisper and it's very light sounding, then we can put that to, as far as when we want to do that, we can do that inside of when we're maybe passionate about something, or we can do it at a serious moment, or in a romantic moment. You're going to be a little bit more airy tone. So when we have the airy tone, we can use that to our advantage. Now, some people can actually get stuck in that airy sound. And then we come across, think about how you come across if it's airy. We might not appear as confident. So what we want to do is if you tend to be on the side of airy, we want to put more edge in our tone. And so we want that, at the point where if some of you have kids and you're getting really upset with them and it's time for them to listen, we get that real edgy sound. That's the sound that we consider as edgy. So we can use that again in a more serious moment when we're getting our point across. And so we have these various degrees inside of the tone. And there's about 5 different tones that we have that are kind of make up different qualities in our voice. So, and those are things that we probably don't have time to go over today, but I'll go more in depth inside of those because I have actually a 5-day Vitalize Your Voice challenge that will be coming up in February 8th through 12th. And that's going to be free and you can join in on that. And that's something where daily we're going to go over, say, the vocal power drivers. You're going to apply it inside of a challenge and make a recording, put it on our Facebook page, and then we're going to go over that the next day. And we're going to do that each day, just an hour a day from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And after the 5 days, you are going to hear such a difference in your voice. It's going to be transforming what is going to happen within those 5 days. So and now, like I said, I'll go into more of what are the different types of voices and who you are. You'll be able to pick out your voice type. So now that we have all of our melody, pace, pitch, tone, and volume, how can we put those together with various emotions to really create a sound and a way that our voice will come across to a person where they're going to want what you have to offer? So the 4 emotions we're going to work with would be happy, grateful, passion, and confident. So each of these, and I want to talk about happy and grateful because those are the 2 easy ones to really compare and see how they work with about 3 different of the vocal power drivers if we put them together. So like I mentioned with happy, and you want to start, that's actually the order you want to present them in the emotions when you're speaking to someone, especially when you have something that you're trying to have them do or you have an offer for them. You are going to use happy first, then grateful, then passion and confident. So with happy, you're going to start out a little more excited. You're going to use melody, more ascending tones, ascending and descending. Your volume is going to be up a little bit and your pace is going to be a little bit faster. You know, you'll get faster, you'll slow down, but in the end, it's a bit faster pace. Then what we do is we go into gratitude, being grateful for what, you know, the people that you're speaking to, that they're there. And so now my melody is going to be a little bit more even. I'm going to go up a little bit, but not too much. And I'm also going to slow down the pace, and I'm going to also have my volume down just a little bit more. It's going to be a little softer. And I'm also moving on kind of the airy side a little bit. And as I do that, like I mentioned, when you have your words, you're going to, at the end of the sentences, you're going to expand and you're going to lengthen those just a bit to really bring the point across. So those are the 2 that we can take and use melody and volume, and then our pacing, using those 3 differently inside of happy and grateful can make a huge difference on how you are coming across. How do people perceive you? And I'll tell you, if you use these different vocal power drivers, you're going to have your success and level of happiness is going to raise. It's going to be amazing as to how you're going to see yourself, how other people are going to see you. And you'll get the comments too. What's interesting is if you were to have somebody notice a difference, you might see it in the fact that they might say, wow, did you do something to your hair? Well, that just means they're actually looking into your eyes now. They're actually giving you that eye contact. So right there, that is huge. What a difference even that can make, that somebody's just looking into your eyes and really, really paying attention to what you have to say. So as I mentioned, you have first recorded your original baseline voice. And then you would practice, let's say you'd practice each of these, the vocal power drivers, on a daily basis. And there's some actual vocal exercises that you would have that would help you to develop the pitch. And then each week, you would record yourself again doing that same paragraph you did originally. And then after the 4th week, what you want to do is listen to that 4th one compared to the very first one, and you should hear a huge, huge difference. Your voice should be transformed. And I want to tell you a story about one gal that I was working with, and she's an author, and she would read during our session. She was reading out of her book that she just had written. And as she read it, she had a bit of a monotone sound. And after a few weeks, she said to me, you know, I just realized I used to have a sound where I sounded happier. I had ascending, I had melody. And she said to me, I had at one time an authority figure had told me to calm down. And so I guess my melody and the melodies I was using was, I was too excited or too loud, and it's just squelched me. And so she gave up that melody, that great sound she used to have, and ended up with a monotone sound, which she admittedly said, yeah, I speak monotone and it really bothers me. When she realized that, that made a huge, huge difference to change just her mindset of, oh my gosh, it is here. I can have this melody. I can sound excited. I'm allowed to. So she read that paragraph out of her book so differently. She brought her characters to life, because before it just sounded like she was just reading each thing and you couldn't get what the emotion was of the characters. And I actually, on my website at SharonMarrellSpeaker.com, I have some before and afters of her doing that, which are really cool to listen to. So check that out if you get a chance. And so, you know, it's really wonderful to see these transformations that people have when we're looking at these just subtle changes that can make such a huge difference. And I invite you to try these concepts. And I actually, if you want, I do have the vocal power driver method. And Charli, I believe you have that link. If you want to put the link in the comments here, feel free, go ahead and do that. And you guys can have the vocal power driver method and actually read through, and you'll get kind of what I was talking about today. You get a step-by-step of what that is and what that's about. So please partake and use that. And then I would love, again, to have you join me for the 5-day, the Vitalize Your Voice, the 5-day challenge. Join me there. That's February 8th through 12th, again, from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's free, and I would love to have you there. And I appreciate having the time. If we've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer any. But Charli, if you want to take it back, and we can go from there. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. So I hope you found that as interesting as I did. I'm going to put some links in the comments here for everything so you can get into her challenge. Sharon and I are also going to be doing a dual training. So she'll do her training on the voice, kind of an expanse on what she did today. And then I will come in and kind of talk to you about how to use that in your marketing, both when you're talking to people, and you can that translates into text sometimes too, parts of it. So I'll kind of help with that part of things. And we are doing that on, there it is, Saturday, February 6th at 12 o'clock. So I'll put all those links in the comments so you can check out that and check out Cheryl's Sharon's training. I always want to call you Cheryl. I'm like combining your first and last name. I don't know why. Anyway, so we'll get all that in the links for you guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.